Ulrika Jonsson has hit out at Prince Andrew after she claimed the royal looked at her like she was cattle after a brief meeting at Windsor Castle. The mom of four also suggested the Duke of York carried himself with an air of self-importance. The 55-year-old addressed the royal in her latest column as she talked about their meeting when she was 20 years old. Writing in The Sun, she began, "Prince Andrew is another contender," denying the merest hint of a suggestion that he might have been involved in anything dodgy. Incapable, it seems, of even pretending to have empathy or an ounce of understanding and responsibility. Ulrika went on, "I met him when I was 20 at Windsor Castle and he looked me up and down as if I was a heifer at a cattle market. Or as if he was God, himself." Deeply uncomfortable, the celebs go dating star questioned the arrogance of these men and their disregard for others as she also referenced Donald Trump and Ghislaine Maxwell showing signs of narcissism. Her comments come after Prince Andrew is reportedly looking into overturning the out-of-court settlement he reached almost 1 year ago with his accuser Virginia Giuffre. The Duke of York is understood to have instructed two top Hollywood lawyers to look at potentially overturning the out-of-court settlement he struck with his accuser Virginia Giuffre last February. Among them is Blair Burke, who has been nicknamed the Rottweiler by unnamed colleagues. Prince Andrew would reportedly have to file a motion to vacate the stipulation of settlement and prove such things as a mistake, accident, fraud or duress took place. Ms. Giuffre launched a civil lawsuit in New York against Prince Andrew in the summer of 2021, in which she accused the royal of sexual assault while she was 17 and being trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. The Duke of York has vehemently and repeatedly denied any wrongdoing, and in an interview with Newsnight dating back to November 2019 he said he had no recollection of ever meeting Ms. Giuffre. Happy Days star Cindy Williams dies leaving insurmountable sadness. Latest Eurovision star and Malin singer Hedy Lester dies at home. Tributes Pamela Anderson wows with Baywatch bombshell look in tight dress pictures. In the now infamous interview with former BBC presenter Emily Maitlis, the royal addressed his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. He also discussed the famous picture depicting the Duke with a hand wrapped around Ms. Giuffre's arm is real. The photograph, which Ms. Giuffre said was taken in 2001 at Ghislaine Maxwell's London residence, has become the symbol of her allegations against the royal. Andrew replied, I don't remember that photograph ever being taken. I don't remember going upstairs in the house because that photograph was taken upstairs and I am not entirely convinced that is what I would describe as me in that picture, but we can't be certain as to whether or not that's my hand on her, whatever it is, left side. He added, because I have no recollection of that photograph ever being taken. While conceding it is definitely him in the photograph, he continued, it's a picture of me in London because when I go out in London, I wear a suit and a tie. Prompted to say whether he believes the picture was fake, Andrew replied, nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken. Andrew and Mrs. Giuffre's case was dismissed in early 2022 after the Duke of York agreed to pay an undisclosed sum to the 39-year-old.